By changing how you energize yourself, you're changing what you have to fuel your brain. Stay tuned. Hello again, everyone. I'm Eli's dad with Project Eli, where we educate, we lead, and we inspire. And what I just said, that quote, is from a gentleman named Dr. Connor Hogan, and boy, is it true. So what do we mean by that? Well, it means by addressing your sleep, your food and drink, and your breathing, you'll be able to alter what your brain is working with. Because like a car that runs on gas, you run on the outside forces that you can decide. After all, what's going to happen to your car if you put the wrong fuel in it? It's not going to drive, or at least it won't drive as smoothly. What will happen if you don't put enough gas in the car and you go on a long journey? You run out of steam and you can't go any further. You have to know what you want, develop habits that support your goals, drop the habits that don't support your goals, deal with obstacles, and stay the course. Purpose and energizing strength go hand in hand. So once you have your purpose, you've got to have the fuel, the energizing strength, the grit to keep going. Now, in teaching the importance of quiet thinking time, I may have been getting it a little bit wrong, and I want to make that correction. Now, sometimes people have a difficult time getting started. Here's the key. Take extremely small steps. Chunk it down. Let me give you an example. This is one I heard from my sister on a podcast. She says she every day likes to go out and go for a walk, okay? Or some people go for a run. Now, let me be candid with you. I go for a bicycle ride. Trust me, every day you wake up, you don't feel like going for a walk or a run or a bicycle ride. So what do? Here's what my sister does. Every night before she goes to sleep, she takes out her socks and her sneakers and puts them in a place where she's going to trip over them. So that the first thing she's going to see are those socks and sneakers, put them on, that gets her started. She breaks it down into the smallest component. I read an article entitled The Tiny Habit That Always Pays Off. Big time. All habits compound, but this one has the exponential firepower. And it was written by a gentleman named Michael Stawicki, and it really fits the context of what we're talking about. Here's what he suggests. First thing in the morning, write down 3 new things that you are grateful for. There is no other habit that can come remotely close to the power of this one. How come? Because gratitude rewires the human brain into positivity. And what's the big deal with that? Well, when the brain is positive, every possible outcome that we know how to test for rises dramatically. Scientists measured everything. They came up with bank account balances, grades at school, fitness performance, sales, chances for promotion, blood pressure. Everything improves once you have that positive gratitude. You put yourself in a positive state. Now, how is this referencing to getting started with quiet thinking time? When I've been talking about quiet thinking time, I'm always saying to you, get a list of 20 things that you're grateful for. I know you can do it. Well, let's make it real easy. Let's start small. Let's get into the quiet thinking time. If you're having trouble getting to that starting line, just come up with 3 things that you're grateful for every single day. Chunking things down is so critical. You know, I'm about to make a big move from one state to another state. And when I make that move, you know, I have to be in touch with people where I'm going, and I have to take care of all the things here before I pick up and leave. So what are the things I'm doing? A little bit at a time. I said to myself, what are the things I have to do? Make a list of things you have to do. You need boxes. I went out, I got boxes. You got to cancel the cable. You got to do you got to cancel this, you got to change your mailing address, you go to the post office, give the new address. You have to make sure your car is in shape to go from point A to point B if it's a long distance, and in this case, it's a pretty long distance. So, I mean, all of these little details are essential, and when the people that are at the other end where I'm moving are talking to me about, well, when you get here, we're going to do this and do this and do this and do this, and I had to say to them, whoa, we need to slow down. My focus right here and right now has to be getting everything ready to leave. And then when I get there, it's good to have a few seeds planted, but that's when I'm going to focus on what I'm going to do when I get to my new location. Does that make sense? What am I doing here? What are we talking about? We're talking about eliminating the state of overwhelm. The state of overwhelm. So what you want to do, and even to ridiculously minute levels, is chunk things down, get things ready, take the first steps so that when you wake up or when you are ready to rock and roll, you have some positive motion going forward already starting. And once you get in motion, it's easy to stay in motion. But the most difficult thing is to get yourself in motion. And to get yourself in motion with this quiet thinking time, my suggestion to you is just have 3 things. If you're having a difficult time, if you're not and you can do 20 things, good, go ahead, do it and follow the direction. But if you're having a difficult time, even getting to that point, come up with 3 things that you're grateful for every single day and establish that habit. And once you establish that habit, then you can build upon it. And when you build upon it and you do your quiet thinking time every single day, my goodness, the results that you're going to see are going to surprise you in a super positive way. Okay, talked about quiet thinking time, the importance thereof, how to get started, what it will do for you, exactly how to do it, the why and because. I think we covered that one pretty well, don't you? And always remember, hey, don't ration the passion, fashion the passion. I'm Eli's dad.